This is a quick podcast just to take you through how to use the database that we put together to help you submit information into the benchmark. Before we start, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be using. I've got 3 files here. There's the performance data. This is actually my own performance data downloaded from my back office. Just waiting for it to launch. This is what we sent out to you, which gives you an overview of the files that the fields that we're expecting you to take out. What I've ended up doing on sheet E, underneath these titles, you can see all the data here. This is the stuff I'm going to be using for the demo. I've also got a new performance sheet here. This is the template that you will end up submitting to SIPFA as part of the benchmark. And you can see here some empty spaces. So what we're basically going to be doing is taking all of that back office information, converting it using the database and pasting it onto this submission. I'll take you through how quick it's going to be. Last thing is the database itself. When you download it, it's a zip file. You can see here. You've got to unzip it before you can use it, otherwise it will open in read-only. That confuses some people. So there's beta 3, and that's the one I'm going to be using today. And just for the just to make it nice and clear, you can pick up all of those things in the November benchmark folder of our planning benchmark forum. So in this, I'm going to be using Access 2010. It opens with a warning. Access is slightly paranoid. Whatever version of Access you open it into, there will be a warning. You've got to enable the content, otherwise the thing won't work. That's it. And here, when you read the script here, it says 2010. This refers to me. Users of Access 2007 or later should right-click the data input table to import your data. Otherwise, I'd be clicking this one here. So over here on the navigation view, I'm looking for data input. I'm going to import Excel. So I need to find my data first of all. I stored my data on my desktop. That was the file we were just looking at. I'm going to append a copy of the data into data input. I'm going to tell it which sheet it can find the data on. It was sheet E, and you can see here it's picked it up. It's understood that the first row contains the column headings. I don't need any wizards. Finish. So that's got my data into it. I'm now going to perform a couple of easy checks. I basically just do these in order. These are all tests of things that are potentially bad, so I'm looking for 0 results, so that's good. Are there any dates? There are 9 dates outside the range, and this may or may not be important to me. So this is telling me that dates are running backwards, i.e. that we did work to an application before we actually received it. So let's have a look. Here we made a recommendation on the 5th of July, but issued a decision on the 29th of June. I mean, this can't have happened. So these probably you'll want to go through and check these 9 records. I'm not going to do that now. This one just tests that the R codes that I've applied to my original data make sense. They match up with the ones on the database. So again, 0 result is what I'm looking for. And this last one tests the range of data that I put into it. This machine is running a bit slow because I'm screencasting from it at the same time. Come on. I've got 178 records outside date range. As it happens, I don't think this matters particularly. This person just ran the dates up until today's date. But if I got a weird result there, many thousands of records I wasn't expecting to see, I might want to go back and check the original download from the back office. So, to recap, I've inserted the data, I've run some checks against the data, I now analyse the data. This takes my data and it analyses it, and it counts how many times I use certain codes for different aspects of the planning applications, and it derives lookups from it. It's told me it's done 43 of them. Here, this is where I then take these 5 different lookups and I link what I call things to labels that the benchmark recognises. This allows us to be able to compare data across. If I open each table, these are 14 different types of status that is recognised in this place. And then if I go over here, I then have to pick from one of these benchmark statuses. This place stores the status of the application as the decision ultimately. In the benchmark we just call that decided. Come on. That's refused, but for us that's decided, that's withdrawn. And that's pending. They're listed in the frequency with which they occur. And my advice, if you have some strange codes down here that you don't recognise, or it would take you too much time to go and find out what they are, I just ignore them. Come on, I can't work like this. And after you've done it, if you click these buttons, it'll give you an updated percentage to show you how much work you've done. You know, you're looking for 90%, 95%. It's probably take you quite a lot of time for not much reward to get to 100%. So here I'm setting EIA. I'm just going to close Chrome because that's a memory hog. So that's EIA no. Yes. Route, this is the route by which the application was decided. So that's obviously delegated. Committee. After each one I'm just updating these to make sure that they've all been recognised. My computer's gone a bit funny. So this is the recommendation. Per is a grant. Ref is a refuse. That's a withdrawn code. No objection, I'm going to treat it as a grant. Split, I'm going to say the grant. See, for the purpose of this demo, I'm not trying to do it 100%. And decision issued, normally you'd find these use the same set of codes. So I'm just whizzing through, allocating, making sure I get the first, most frequently used ones fixed. Right, there I am, 80-90% across the whole lot. I now ask it to calculate my benchmark report. And that's it. So what it's done is it's gone through, it's counted, it's divided the R codes across these performance categories that we recognise in the benchmark, counted them, worked out how long various aspects of that dealing with that application took. I'm just going to copy that table and go back into my performance sheet that I'm going to use to submit. So I've picked up report 1. It says here, paste your data from the report into cell A1. So I've pasted, and that's it. So this first block is the data I've pasted. It then derives a small number of statistics here just to help you sense check your data. And I'm going to just do the same for the second report. The second report counts my R codes in the 18 months of data that I gave it, and it then just proratas it down to 12 months. I'll put back into report 2, paste report 2 into cell 1, it says. So that's my data pasted in there. This is the data that's submitted to the benchmark. If I want to make any changes, let's say, just as a silly example, there's this single application that appeared here. I don't really think I'm going to get another one. I can cancel those, and these are the numbers that will go through into the benchmark. Port 3. This is the information where there isn't a standard way of capturing this data yet across planning authorities, so you're on your own. There you'll have to use whatever records and systems you use and just write in whatever numbers there might be for there, so £500 in one application, whatever it might be, and then save and submit, selecting the name of your authority on the front and your name, etc. Thanks for watching.